You're listening to the BBM Global Network with 25 years in broadcast audio and video production. Our passionate team creates content and marketing for the world of Internet Talk Radio. If you've got a passion, come join us at bbmglobalnetwork.com. The BBM Global Network. Your voice is now heard.
The Rainmaker is here. Join award-winning sales expert Jackie Rainforth as she empowers you with the confidence and information to up-level your skill set and performance while helping you to overcome any of those sales challenges that are holding you back, costing you valuable business. So please welcome your host of Make It Rain Sales, Jackie Rainforth.
Hello, everyone. How are you? I'm your host, Jackie Rainforth, and this is Make It Rain Sales on Bold Brave TV. We are here. It is a new year. We have lots of exciting stuff ahead. Today's guest is going to be Stacey Berger. She is a transformational coach in life and in business. And today we are talking about how to make more money, using your mindset to make more money. Because guess what? It's about goal setting. We want to make more money. It's all new. We've got that new year ahead. And whoa, come on, guys. We want to set those goals, create those visions, put that manifest out so that we can set that new life ahead. It's 2022. Everything is new. And come on, we want to make more money. Let's talk about all the things ahead. We have got goal setting like no tomorrow, but so often goal setting is not successful for us. And there are 6 things that we can actually do to create those goals and make them more successful. What are those things? First and foremost, what we want to do is make sure that we write our goals down. It's all about neuroscience. Did you know that there's something out there called encoding? When we write our goals down, it actually sends a messaging through to our hypothalamus in our brain, that center in our brain, and it creates a long-term memory. That long-term memory sticks in there when we write it down, and it stays with us. When we don't write it down, it doesn't hit our brain center, and then it doesn't stay with us. So it's really, really important. And there are studies. There's a Harvard study. It's in my book, The Badass Guide to Superstar Selling. It's in there. It talks about what happens when you don't write goals down. When you do write them down, your results are phenomenal. So you need to write your goals down, guys. And I know you've all heard about the SMART goals, right? Measurable and all that kind of stuff. I mean, we've all been there, we've done it all, but it's really, really important that you write your goals down. The second thing that you want to do is make sure that you're posting them somewhere where you can see them, whether it's on your dashboard when you open up your computer, whether it's, putting it on a pegboard. You need to be reviewing it, seeing these things. You need to see your goals every day. If you're just tucking it in a drawer, writing it out at the beginning of the year and tucking it away, it's not going to help you. It's absolutely not going to help you. You need to be able to see these goals. If you're not seeing it, you're not going to be doing it, right? So out of sight, out of mind. We all know that. The third thing, mindset and psychological set point. And that's where Stacey is going to be talking to us today, because psychological set point and mindset. She's our expert. She's going to be talking to us about that. That's what today's all about. And I'm telling you, it is going to blow your mind, because you know what? That psychological set point, I had no idea. And that's where her expertise comes in. And I know if my mind was blown, your mind is going to be blown, because there is this thing, we sabotage ourselves. We really do. We'll find out more about that later on in the show. The other thing is positive manifestation. when we speak, what we say is what we create in the world. And for a lot of us, it's that positive manifestation. You know, if we say things like, "Ugh, I'm never going to get there," guess what? You're never going to get there. But you need to be saying that positive stuff every single day, right? Whether it's thinking it is not the same as actually speaking it and putting it out in the world. I mean, we can be writing things out there. We can be, putting it on our mirror. We can be putting stickies on our mirror, but we need to be saying it and putting it out there and making sure that we're not saying those negative things. We need to be affirming it, putting it out there, saying it every single day. Whether it's in the car on the way to work, I'm going to make so many dollars this month. I'm going to make so many dollars this year. I'm going to make my quota. I'm going to grow my business X amount of dollars, and be specific, right? Specific and measurable. That's what it is about our goals. We need to be specific and measurable. If we're not going to achieve those goals. And it's really, really important, because so often we're not doing the things that we need to do happen. And that's what we need to do, is really make these goals happen. So often, listen, 57% of sales start. And let's talk about 50% of sales. So guys, what we also need to do is actually review. We need to review and make sure that we're really taking a look at those goals and reviewing them on a regular basis. If you look at any corporation, they are looking at those goals and reviewing them on a regular basis, right? They don't just set their goals for the year and then look at them the following year. They're looking at them quarterly. They're looking at them monthly. So when we go to the end of the show, I have got a set of goal sheets for you. It's a booklet. It's got, if you're a small business owner, it's got 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year. If you're a sales rep, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, they can be personal goals. They can be business goals. You know, if you've got quotas, they're all there. You can write them in, you can do whatever you want with them, but it's also got a monthly sheet there so you can set monthly goals. Review your goals on a regular basis. Put them out there so that you've got them. And the final thing, make sure that you've got an accountability partner. If you don't have someone that's helping you, that you are accountable to, guess what? You're not going to be successful with your goals, because it's easy to just say, whatever, right? Especially if you're in business for yourself, whatever. How many times do you just say, oh, it's okay? I mean, if you've ever been on a diet, if you've ever, decided that you needed an exercise plan for yourself, how easy is it to fall off? It's the same thing with your business. It's the same thing with your own accountability in terms of your own goals, your own financial goals. And we can't do that. So right now we're going to move forward, right? We're going to move forward. We're going to talk to Stacey Berger, and she's going to talk to us about mindset and your financial goals, how you can use mindset to make more money. Hi, Stacey, how are you? I want to tell you a little bit more about Stacey, who she is and how great she is. Stacey has been mentoring entrepreneurs since 2000 in marketing operations, human resources, and finances. She's served countless operations of all sizes and helped them grow in size, scale, and revenue with foundational tools and principles that apply to any business. She combines a powerful corporate career with a life coaching certification and 6 years serving thousands as a life coach. Her passion is working with ambitious people to get clear on their vision and apply specific mindset and practical tools to experience full spectrum success to reach and continue to grow in a life they love living. You want to love it, right? Yeah, there's nothing worse than not loving it. Stacey's heart-centered approach to sustainable full-spectrum success will launch you into a higher level of thinking, open up more possibilities, and result in positive outcomes in your life and business. You can rely on Stacey's experience and business success principles, mindset tools, and practical life coaching concepts to help you achieve your goals. And that's what we're talking about today, is achieving those goals. Welcome, Stacey. How are you?
So great. Happy New Year. Glad to be here, Jack.
Hi, thanks. We're so excited to have you here today because we really do want to talk about making more money and successfully achieving those goals. It is so important, isn't it? Because hey, it's easy to not, to fall off our goals, isn't it?
Absolutely. And most people fail on their New Year's resolutions usually by about January 21st. And that's not what we want, right?
We've all done it, haven't we? Hey, we've all done it. So talk to me. So tell me how, I know you've got this thermostat analogy. I've heard you talk about this thermostat analogy, and I absolutely love it. So how do people, tell me about that, and how do people come, how do they fail at making their full potential in terms of their thermostat analogy? Share with our viewers.
Yeah. So if you can imagine, we get to the beginning of the year and we set the goals like you just imagined, and we say, here's the new result that I want. I want to earn $100,000 this year. I want to earn $150,000, whatever that number is. And it's beyond what we've ever accomplished before. And it's so important and so powerful to have that goal and that target. But here's what we need to understand is internally, we have what's called an internal thermostatic setting. So if you can imagine in your house, if you go and you set the temperature to a certain temperature, and if it starts to get hotter, the air conditioner turns on, and if it starts to cool down, the heat turns on, and it's controlling the temperature in your house. Well, you have the exact same thing internally that's controlling how much money you are going to earn this year. So we need to know about this and know how to change it to actually accomplish that goal.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, listen, we need to take a quick commercial break here. So viewers, stay tuned. We want to hear more about Stacey and her thermostat, don't we? Our financial thermostat. So hang on when we get back. Now, listen, viewers, if you want to ask questions, because I know you're going to want to ask questions about Stacey and her financial internal thermostat, right? We all want to know more about that. We have a telephone number. You can call in live. It's 1-866-451-1451. Let me tell you that number again, 1-866-451-1451. This is Jackie Rainforth. I'm your host here on Make It Rain Sales on Bold Brave Media TV. We'll be right back.
What if there were a super tiny device that could diagnose the brain and is smaller than a single human hair? What if you could see inside the brain to help an epilepsy patient during surgery or to help the fight against Parkinson's disease? Dr. Patricia Broderick is proud to announce the Broderick Probe, a biomedical and electronic breakthrough. Imagine a probe to help with the understanding and potential cure of brain-related diseases. To learn more, listen live to the Easy Sense radio show with host Dr. Broderick, Wednesdays 7 p.m. Eastern on the Bold Brave Media Network and TuneIn Radio. And to help support the Broderick Foundation, please go to EasySense.com and learn how, with your help, we can fight these horrific brain disorders. That's EasySense.com to learn more and help support the Broderick Foundation. Radio show host and coach John M. Hawkins reveals strategies to help gain perspective, build confidence, find clarity, achieve goals. John M. Hawkins' new book, Coached to Greatness, Unlock Your Full Potential with Limitless Growth, published by iUniverse. Hawkins reveals strategies to help readers accomplish more. He believes the book can coach them to greatness. Hawkins says that the best athletes get to the top of their sport with the help of coaches, mentors, and others. He shares guidance that helps readers reflect on what motivates them, rediscover and assess their core values, philosophies, and competencies, find settings that allow them to be the most productive, and track their progress towards accomplishing goals. Listen to John Hawkins' My Strategy, Saturdays, 1 p.m. Eastern on the BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio.
Welcome back, everyone. Jackie Rainforth here on Bold Brave Media TV. This is Make It Rain Sales. So listen, we were talking to Stacey Berger. She's a transformational coach of life and business, and she's talking about this, our thermostat, our internal thermostat when it comes to money, because we want to know about how we can use our mindset to make more money. We've got a new year. We want to know, how do we make more money? It's a new year. We've got new goals. We want to be successful in making those goals and actually making more money, right? We all want to make more money. We want to achieve more. So Stacey, tell us more about this internal set point that we have.
Yeah, it's so fascinating once we really start to look at it. And this thermostatic setting, or the set point, it's operating all areas of our life. So it's impacting our relationships, it's impacting our health, it's our financial, it's our time freedom. Everything is really based on this set point. And if you want to know what your set point is, just look at your results, because your results are reflective of your set point. And some great examples of this is if we look at lottery winners, Jackie, right? Lots of research that they win these great big jackpots, but within a few years, they're back to where they were originally, right? They find a way to lose the money, to give it away, to make a bad investment, to go back to that set point.
Okay.
And we see this in salespeople all the time. Is you have your best year, or your best month ever, followed by a lower month, which kind of evens out to what your average set point is. And if you have a poor month, chances are you're going to have a great month to raise that up. And it's constantly calibrating itself. Does that make sense?
I guess. I don't know. Well, I guess. I was just thinking back on, so what you're saying is, so people always just kind of maintain the average of where they are, regardless of, so is there no hope? I guess is what I'm,
that would be bleak. No. So this is the key, is once we understand this, then our work to do is, well, let me go change that set point. And we're going to talk about ways, how do you change that set point so that you can create results and sustain those results, where it's not just, I have a really good year followed by a bad year, a good month followed by a bad month, where it's sustainable over time. And that requires us doing the inner work to really create that new set point. And we miss this, right? We say, well, and you do such a great job of training people on the skill of sales. Yes. Right? We increase our skill level, and we're open to investing in that. But we also have to do that inner work so that we can not only apply those skills, but actually see the results. And I'll tell you personally, for me, when I understood this and I started to do that internal work, I doubled my income working almost half the time. And that was pretty significant. I've had significant. Had clients who have turned their annual income into their monthly income just by calibrating and changing that set point. So this is big. Yeah.
So tell me more about this. So how do people know when they're being held back by set point?
Hmm. Well, again, if you look at your results, your results never lie. So you know based on your results where that set point is. And a great example of this is you might have earn more money this month, but then you find a way to spend it, or a surprise bill shows up and all of a sudden you need to repair the car or the fridge breaks down, and it brings your net earnings down to the same amount. And so we spend it as fast as we make it is one of the ways. And
Okay.
that is self-sabotage. And we've all sabotaged our own progress, but it's happening really often at an unconscious level. We don't even realize what's happening. And so instead we blame outside factors. We say, well, it's because of my training, it's because of the competitors, it's because of the economy, it's because. But when we really understand, no, this is happening within me and it's not bleak, there is hope because we have the power to change it.
Okay. Now we're getting, okay. I know there's a lot of the blame going on. There's always something. And it's interesting because, like I said, 57% of sales teams are not making quota. And I mean, from a sales trainer point of view, there's always room for skill set improvement.
Yes,
there's always
absolutely.
room for working the plan, and following process. And I mean, there's lots of things, but I guess, when you combine everything, I always believe if you increase even, 1%, there's a 10% increase all the way across the board. But this is fascinating. So do tell. Keep going. Tell us more.
So we need strategy, right? We need the
Yes.
skill, we need the strategy.
Yes.
But really important that we match it with the mindset. And when you have those two pieces working together, that's the home run. And we can't just do the mindset work without having the strategy, without having the skill. We need both, but we don't want to miss. It's like athletes, right? You train for your sport, but if you have a crappy mental attitude and you think you're going to lose, then I mean, game over, right?
Right.
We know that.
It's the positive manifestation. It's the affirmations. It's putting out it's the attitude the positive attitude, right? You have to have that positive attitude, the attitude for success. Yes, absolutely.
So let me break it down into what we call the results formula to see how this works. So the results formula goes like this. Our thoughts, the thoughts that we think, they cause our emotions. So when we're thinking a thought, it creates this physiological response in our body, which is an emotion. And our emotions cause our actions. We take different actions when we're inspired, when we're empowered, when we're on fire than we do when we're anxious, worried, nervous, depressed. So it's our thoughts cause our feelings, cause our actions, or sometimes our inactions, right? Us not doing the thing.
Right.
And it's those actions that are ultimately responsible for our results.
Right.
Most people don't like this, right? They look at the results. And again, we look at those as our causes. And I'm sure you hear this all the time when you talk to sales teams. Well, it's because of the product. It's because of my manager. It's because. When, again, the true cause of our results is back to our thinking.
Right.
And so if we want to change our results, we've got to go to our thinking. So now let's talk about the connection of that. Sorry, Jackie.
No, keep going. I know my mind is just like, oh yeah. I know. Right. I have a zillion examples. Yes.
So our thinking, we have thought patterns, and those thought patterns we think around 80,000 thoughts a day, and they're repetitive. We wake up thinking the same things we woke up yesterday. This is the thermostatic setting. That thermostatic setting has been installed in each of us throughout our entire life. So it's kind of like how you would install an operating system on your computer, but this is our operating system. And it's been installed in us based on beliefs from our family, right? Money doesn't grow on trees. You got to work hard. You don't deserve it. Be grateful for all of those things. So we've adopted beliefs and thought patterns from our parents, from our education, from trainings, from teachers, from impactful events in our life. And that is what has installed the operating system.
Yeah.
And that operating system says, here's what I'm worth. Here's my self-image. Here's what I think I can earn in a year. And again, this isn't conscious, right? Consciously, we're saying, I want to be that 6-figure or 7-figure earner. But at a subconscious self-image level, we're saying, I will only ever make this based on my conditions, my past experience. And so those two things aren't congruent. And if they're not congruent, we won't achieve that goal.
Right. Yeah. I always use the story about the sales guy who was selling barns, and he grew up on a farm where he was told growing up that you never finance anything. You always pay cash. And he was going out trying to sell these barns, but he was trying to sell these barns, but people wanted to finance them. And he was never selling barns because in his mind, subconsciously, you can't finance a barn. So he couldn't sell barns. Once he changed his mindset and realized that, yes, it was okay to finance a barn, he started selling barns like crazy. But you're right. It's that it's that subconscious mindset, the things that we grow up with, those self-limiting beliefs that hold us back. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
One that I grew up with, I have parents who owned a small business. They worked 6 or 7 days a week. They worked 10 to 12 hours. And so my belief, what God instilled in me, was you got to work harder, longer, faster. And the only way you're worthy of your success is if you put in the hours and you put in the work. And so if I want to double my income, I've got to double my time in. Again, this is all happening at a subconscious. And I finally went, I'm not doing it this way.
Right.
This isn't how I want to work. This isn't how I want to run my business. But it took conscious awareness of, here's the pattern, and here's that new pattern that I want to install.
Wow. Good for you. Wow. Good for you. This is deep. This is really deep, right? And when it comes to money, like you said, money doesn't grow on trees, right? Yeah, this is deep stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is where the sabotage comes in, is if our thermostatic set point, and you know what your set point, just look at what you've earned over the last 5 years, and chances are it's pretty similar. Unless you've been doing the inner work and the strategy piece, chances are you're probably pretty similar. I remember there was a period where my revenue was increasing, but I went and looked at my tax returns, and it was about the same amount net every year. And I went, Stacey, you're stuck at this number. Here's your new set point. I thought I was doing better, but at the end of the day, no, I was spending it. And so let's do some work on changing that set point so you can earn more money this year.
Ooh, and I guess that's what we're going to talk about when we get back. Stay tuned, everybody, and stay tuned to the end of the show. We have got a ton of free gifts. As you know, I was stuck on a couch for years because my self-esteem had dropped and all of those things. I do not want anyone to ever feel that anxiety, that low self-esteem, and stuck on a couch because you have fear. And so my whole thing is about giving value, and helping you excel to a higher sales success. I want everyone to be successful in selling. If you stay to the end of the show, we have got free gifts, free tools, free giveaways to help you succeed in selling. And I am Jackie Rainforth. I am your host here on Make It Rain Sales, because I want it to rain sales in your world. We are here on Bold Brave Media and TV, and we are here with Stacey Berger. When we get back, we are going to talk about mindset and how you can make more money in your year. So we will be back shortly.
Did you know that your beliefs create your entire reality, but it's the subconscious beliefs that do most of the creating? Belief shifter and life coach Shiraz can help you identify those limiting beliefs and eliminate them. often in a single session.
Like it was almost instant, like I had relief right away.
Creating better health, relationships, careers, and finances. Let Shiraz help you step out of safety and into awareness.
Definitely something's happening. It's like a flow inside. It feels good.
Whether in person or online, Shiraz provides personal coaching, belief shifting. Visit Shiraz at energeticmagic.com or call 416-529-7429. Energetic Magic on the BBM Global Network, Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Find your greater happiness. Be well. Be aware. Be magical.
Are you struggling to care for elderly parents or a spouse? Do you wonder if being a caregiver is making you sick? Are you worried about taking time off work to care for elderly parents and balance work, life, and caregiving? Has caregiving become exhausting and emotionally draining? Are you an aging adult who wants to remain independent, but you're not sure how? I'm Pamela D. Wilson. Join me for the Caring Generation radio show for caregivers and aging adults, Wednesday evenings, 6 Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, and 9 Eastern, where I answer these questions and share tips for managing stress, family relationships, health, well-being, and more. Podcasts and transcripts of the Caring Generation are on my website, PamelaDWilson.com, plus my caregiving library, online caregiver support programs, and programs for corporations interested in supporting working caregivers. Help, hope, and support for caregivers is here on the Caring Generation and PamelaDWilson.com.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Thanks for staying tuned with us here on Make It Rain Sales. I'm your host, Jackie Rainforth. We are on Make It Rain Sales because we want to make it rain sales in your world, and we appreciate you tuning in. We are here on Bold Brave Media TV, and we are here with our special guest, Stacey Berger. She's a transformational coach in life and sales. She is talking about sabotage, how we sabotage ourselves. We don't want to sabotage ourselves. We don't want to sabotage our sales and our income, and we want to get past that. We want to blow past our psychological set point. We want to make lots and lots and lots of money. Oh, right, Stacey? We want to make lots of money.
Yeah. And here's why we want to make more money, Jackie. It's not even just about the money, right? But it gives us this freedom to do the things we want to do in the world and make the impact we want to make in the world and give in the ways that we want to give in the world. And I think that's an important connection, right? That It's not about the money, it's about the freedom that it creates in our lives.
Well, and I think it's more than that too. It's about self-esteem. It's about serving more, right? A lot of us, it's about serving more. We want to help more people. We want to do more. We want to feel good. We want to give back. And, I know for me, right, I had that near-death scuba diving thing in 2016. I mean, that's why I do what I do. It's, like, even this whole show thing, this is a lot of work. This isn't just, every week. This is a lot of work. And I do it because I want to give back. And that's a big thing. And, for those that follow me on LinkedIn, I mean, 3 sales tips a day and the videos and all that stuff. And you too. I mean, I know you're out there, you're doing your thing. Where can people get a hold of you, Stacey?
Easiest place is probably on my website, and that'll take you to all of the other platforms, but staceyberger.ca. So STACEYBERGER.ca. Perfect,
right? But you do what you do, I do what I do, and it is about serving. I mean, sure, we're in business, but it really, we go over and above, and it is about serving. It's about helping people. And I think, there's that whole part of it. And I think that's why we do what we do. And it's not just about the money, you're right. But hey, let's face it, earning more does help, right? It helps us provide for our families. It helps us, it feels good to, I think there's always a part of us that likes to win or do a little bit better or, achieve, right? No one likes staying in the status quo and maintaining the same. And, I think when you're in sales or as a business, you like to see growth. Everybody likes to see growth, right?
And we're meant to grow. We're not meant to stay static. And actually, we're either growing or we're dying. There's no stasis.
We want to
right?
thrive, not just survive, right? And so you're right. So tell us, how do we move past that psychological set point? How do we, get past that sabotage? How do we make more money with, how do we thrive?
Yes.
Tell us.
So
please.
there's a whole system and process that I take people through, but I want to give you some very tangible takeaways today. And so the first thing to recognize is that it takes time and repetition to change that set point. This isn't something we just do automatically and in an instant, unless the one way that we can do that is when there is really strong emotional impact. So a near-death experience, Jackie, has that power to shift almost instantly. But we don't want to wait for the near-death experience so we can create change. And so what's required is repetition. And the way that I like to look at it is you didn't learn your ABCs the first time you heard them. It took repetition to really learn. And the patterns in that set point has been installed in us for years through repetition. And so it takes time, it takes repetition, and most people give up too soon. So the ways that we connect with that is number one, and if you follow me, any work that I do, it always starts with vision. And you started this show with setting those goals. Your vision is where you're going. Highly successful people begin with the end in mind, knowing what you want. And I'll tell you that making more money isn't a big enough vision. It's what am I going to do with that money? Where am I going? The causes I'm giving to. But having that vision that you're in love with, it's going to get you out of bed in the morning when you don't want to get out of bed in the morning. If you don't have that vision, really, really tough to create new results in your life. So having that vision is really key.
That's your passion, really, isn't it? Oftentimes it can be tied.
Well, your passion fuels your vision. Your vision is more of a dialed in image of you living a life that you would love. And so it's much more tangible and results, right? And your passion fuels that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
The second thing that's really key, and this is the piece that most people miss, is to emotionalize that vision now. So what does that mean? The $5,000 a month earner walks through their life in a certain way. The $100,000 a month earner walks through their life in a certain way, and they're not the same. And so we have to come from that vision or that result now. Most of us say, well, when I make that money, then I'll feel really good about myself. Then I'll give in the ways I want to give. Then I'll feel more confident or powerful. And the key is to really connect. Once you have that vision, how does that version of myself wake up in the morning? How do they go to work? How do they do their business? And to really come from that vision now. And this is not the same as fake it till you make it, because fake it till you make it is an inauthentic, right? It's like, ooh, it's the act as if. So imagine it's all worked out and you're generating that type of money. How would you feel? How would you feel right now? And you start to emotionalize it now. That is so key. So how does the $50,000 a month earner show up? How does the six-figure earner show up? And you want to show up in your life as that person today. So we have the vision, we're emotionalizing it now. And the third piece is what I call massive imperfect action, MIA, massive imperfect action.
Okay.
And so we're taking action. We're doing those sales calls. We're making those presentations. We're doing the follow-up, and we're doing it imperfectly. And I'm sure, Jackie, you have seen people who are, well, when I've got the script memorized, when I understand the product fully, when I feel better, then I'll go to that networking meeting. Then I'll do that talk. And that's a way that paradigm or that thermostatic setting delays us and holds us back.
Oh, that's a good one, because I think there are so many people, AKA women, who are perfectionists.
Yes.
Well, okay, maybe I shouldn't say women, but I think there are so many people out there who are perfectionists. And I think, okay, you need to say that one more time for viewers, because I think that's really, really important.
Yeah,
Okay?
so massive imperfect action, and that perfectionism is self-sabotage disguised.
Yes, just do it.
Yes.
Even if it's not perfect, just do it. What'd you say? Presentations and
Do the presentations, make that phone call, do the follow-up, not waiting for your website and your branding and your product knowledge. Just stop waiting and start acting. And
oh my gosh, I think that is incredible. That is, oh my gosh, I think that is the best takeaway of everything you've said today. That is amazing. Okay, got it. Okay,
so
not
every
that
time
I'm taking that in for myself, maybe.
So you have that vision, you're emotionalizing it, and then you're taking action from that vision. And the next piece is celebrate the progress. So we have been trained in our society really to wait till the big events to celebrate. It's the big birthday. It's the, when we make the big goal, then we celebrate. And when we're in a spirit of celebration all the time, hey, I said I was going to make a call and I made that call. Good job. I increased my sales by 0.5%. That's growth. Celebrating ourselves on our way to achieving those goals creates this forward momentum. And so what can you do to start a practice of celebrating yourself, celebrating taking that massive imperfect action, because it will create this momentum and overcome that self-sabotage.
That's why I love having to-do lists, right? I keep a little to-do list on my phone in the notes section because it reminds me of all the things that I've done that day. The way I do my time management, instead of staying overwhelmed, I put 3 things I need to get done for the day, like big things, and so that, I don't go into overwhelm. But those 3 things, I love just going, get rid of, like, mark it off, mark it off, mark it off. I did 3 things today. Those were big things that I got done today, and that's a celebration for me. So
that's a celebration. And you know what most people do though, Jackie? They look at, here was my to-do list, and instead of celebrating the 3 things, they look at the 17 things they didn't do and they beat themselves up, which is a form of self-sabotage. So it takes a mental awareness to say, I can either celebrate the 3 or I can criticize the 6.
Yeah, no, you need to celebrate the 3. Yeah. It's, I just found that I was just getting overwhelmed, and it was like, no. I have to pick 3 things that are important, and those 3 things are big, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, those are really good. Oh, what other goodies do you have for us? This is great.
So the other piece, and you mentioned this in your goal setting, is having support and accountability. We cannot see our own blind spots. We cannot see where we're holding ourselves back. We need other people in our lives to be able to show us where our blind spots are, where those self-sabotagers are, where that set point is. We need those mirrors. So having coaches, having mentors, having accountability, it is key to creating results. Just like athletes, they don't get to the Olympics without their coaches. You won't cross that finish line without having coaches and mentorship. So who's your support system?
Beautifully said. Beautifully said. Everybody has a coach, right? Everybody. All top performers. Yes. Anyway, beautifully said. Thank you so much, Stacey. That is incredible. Stacey Berger, Transformational Coach, Life and Business. Ooh wee, was that ever great? Hey guys, I tell ya. Well, listen, we have to break for another commercial, but hey, when we get back, we're going to wrap up. We're going to tell you what freebies and great, wonderful things we have for you. Thank you again, Stacey, for the incredible takeaways that we can implement right away. Love that MIA. Oh my gosh, it's going to change my life, I'm sure. Phenomenal information. Anyway, I am Jackie Rainforth here on Bold Brave Media TV. This is Make It Rain Sales. When we get back, we've got all those freebies, all those goodies, all those tools, and I'm telling you, you're going to love it. So when we get back, we've got some stuff. So we will see you in a few minutes. Bye-bye.
The opiate epidemic has reached crisis levels, and with so many families affected by addiction, opiate-related drug overdoses, and death, the time is now to have a real constructive conversation about addiction that could lead to better prevention, treatment, and recovery. Alan Charles, author and keynote speaker on drug abuse and prevention, presents The Alan Charles Show. Alan brings a message of hope, sharing his unbelievable story of surviving a 24-year addiction to cocaine and highlights from his memoir, Walking Out the Other Side, an addict's journey from loneliness to life. His raw honesty and courageous heart breaks the stigma of addiction and offers a unique perspective into the mind of an addict. Join Alan each week as he brings his listeners to a true understanding of the grip of addiction. It is only with this understanding that we can begin to heal. The Alan Charles Show, Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern on the BBM Global Network. Have you ever felt like no one is listening, or you're not getting the honest attention you deserve? Do you even know the kind of attention you want or need? You are not alone. Alice Aspen March is here to help. Thanks to Alice, through her epiphany and research over the word attention, there are solutions to the attention dilemma. Worldwide audiences have been enthralled and engaged for over 40 years with her visionary and pioneering observations. The kind of attention we get and give is vital to improving our lives and society. Alice and her weekly guests review game-changing insights for transforming and improving our understanding of attention, providing techniques for creating healthier and empowering behavior. Get a new perspective on a mainstream word. Tune into Why Our Attention Matters for fresh and thought-provoking conversations every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern on boldbravemedia.com and the TuneIn Radio app.
Hi, everyone. Jackie Rainforth here from Bold Brave Media TV. This is Make It Rain Sales. So as a lot of you know, I did have a near-death scuba incident in 2016, and that is my why. The other why that I have is when I first started out in sales, I was selling these time clocks, where you put the little card in and you punch the card and it kind of keeps track of the time. And it was something that people did not sell on a regular basis, or that they needed on a regular basis. And I was selling door to door, and every time the door was slamming in my face. And now, can't you read the sign? It says now soliciting. And my self-esteem was dropping. And I was also on a draw system. So my debt was going higher and higher. And I was getting dejected and rejected every day. And it was awful, 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 awful. And I didn't have the sales skill. I didn't have a process. It was, I can't tell you. And every morning I would get up, I would go into work, I'd shuffle paper around, pretending I was working. And then I'd go out and I'd say, I'm just going out to make my sales calls. But was I? No. What was I doing? Because I didn't want to go out and face that every day. I was going home and watching TV. I don't want anyone to ever feel that way. And I had this, I ended up going out and doing everything I could. I ended up becoming top performer at every company I ever worked at, which is great for me. But I need to help other people. And that is why I'm here. I don't ever want anyone to feel like that. So what I do is I give, value, value, value. I've got a ton of stuff. Yes, today I'm a sales trainer and I'm a sales speaker and I, talk at conventions and all sorts of stuff. And I have great programs and I do all great sorts of business things. But I also have a ton of freebies for you that can help you. You don't have to, I have affordable programs. I've got an online Selling Made Simple. That's what I do. I simplify things. I simplify processes. I have step-by-step processes that make it quick and simple and easy for people so that they can sell like superstars. And I have affordable programs online for you that you can do. But on my website at rainmakersgroup.ca, I have freebies. I have takeaways. I've got today's thing, goal setting, right? Go to live show. Go to rainmakersgroup.ca, go to my tab that says live show. That's the Make It Rain Sales tab on my website. We have got episodes there that you can go back and look at. We have got goal setting sheets. If you're a small business owner, I've got 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, monthly, right? We talk about keeping on top of your goal setting, reviewing, right? Stacey said, review, 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 stay on top of it. Monthly, you can set your goals. You can keep on top of it so that you know what you're doing. You can reward yourself. You can celebrate. All of that's there for you. You can look at all of this stuff and you can stay on top. You can set those goals. You can do all of the great things that you need to do. And it's all there for you. So please go there. If you want, email me at info@rainmakersgroup.ca. I'll give you a free copy of my downloadable copy of my book. It'll help you so that you can increase your sales. You can elevate to a higher level of success wherever you are, whatever level you're at. I'm here to help you. If you need help, reach out. I'm here for you. Seriously. Whatever you need, just send me a message. I will help you. That's what we're here for. And I just want you to know from the bottom of my heart, the whole book, it gives you simple scripts that'll help you. It'll help you get credibility, authority, simple scripts that you can fill in your own blanks and put all your own stuff in there. So you've got simple processes to get you repeatable results so you can get off that financial roller coaster. I know how hard it is. I've owned my own businesses. I know how hard it is. I've been there. I've done it. I've lived it. I'm not just teaching this stuff out of a book, people. I've been there. I've been a corporate person. I've owned my own businesses. I've been highly successful at both. So please reach out. I'm not just making this stuff up, okay? So that's why we're here. And Stacey's here as well. She's there. She's done it. She's been in corporate. You know, we're here for you. Seriously, we're here for you. So again, that's why we're here. Make It Rain Sales at, Bold Brave Media TV, right? Hey, Stace, isn't that true? That's why we're here. We're here to help people. And we want to help people be more confident and successful in everything that they do. And, right? We want to help people make more money.
Absolutely.
Money.
Yeah.
So, and Stacey, where can people reach you again?
Yeah, so easiest way is probably my website, staceyberger.ca, and from there you can find me on all of the different platforms. And just like you, Jackie, give, right? So lots of free mindset tools, and how do you apply this into your life in a practical way? And I would add, one of the reasons you're so successful is because you have connected money to impact, that it's not just about the money, but it's about the impact you're making in the world. And I love that.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the same thing with me. You know, I've got a video online that's called 6 Scary Suits, and it's kind of the story about how I, discovered how, my Selling Made Simple system was so successful. And, I need something that's simple. I don't, the old ways of selling, these heavily scripted, kind of forced selling systems, where, oh, you say this and they say that, and then you say this. I went out there, I tried that, I took all these big programs, these big corporate things, and I go out there and, I'd say this, and then they say that, and then I'd say this, and then they wouldn't say that. And I'm like, what do you mean?
Now
You're supposed to say this, right? And then I'd be right back to where I was, and they'd say nothing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, right? And this is the problem. So when we're in control, and when we're, when we're in control and confident, we're in our left brain, which is our analytic brain. But what happens is when we switch, when we're not in control and not confident, we switch to right brain, and that right brain is fight, flight, or freeze. And that's when you start taking missteps, you start making mistakes, you start giving the bank away, you start, right? And then we're in our own heads. And that's when life goes very, very bad. And that's when salespeople, oh my gosh, that's when it goes really bad. I don't want anyone to ever feel that. So that's why we do what we do at Rainmakers. That's why I do what I do. So listen, guys, please go to rainmakersgroup.ca. There are lots of great things to help you there. So again, thank you, Stacey, for all your help. Really appreciate it. Guys, go to rainmakersgroup.ca. Lots of free giveaways. If you want the free book, info@rainmakersgroup.ca. And again, I'm Jackie Rainforth, your host here at Make It Rain Sales on Bold Brave Media TV. Have a good one. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
This has been Make It Rain Sales with host Jackie Rainforth. Join us each week for a unique, engaging, and interactive new way to have your sales questions answered and start taking your sales from stalled to unstoppable as you make it rain sales in your business.
You've been listening to the BBM Global Network. The ideas, views, and opinions of this broadcast are those of the participants of the program and are not necessarily the ideas, views, and opinions of the BBM Global Network Company.